Paul, what kind of led to the slow start tonight?
I'm not sure. It definitely was a low energy night for us, which we've been playing pretty well. But this was definitely a flat one tonight.
Paul, you kind of led the way defensively along with some of the other Joel and so on. What kind of got away from you guys from a defensive standpoint?
To be honest, they beat us to a lot of second chance opportunities, a lot of 50-50 balls. That was really the game. Those were whatever chance we thought we had or whatever fight that we were bringing. It kind of negates it when you can't come up with the 50-50 balls. The balls batted around. It gets back to them. They knock down an open three or something like that. They get an easy putback. Those plays kind of kill you, and they had a lot of those tonight.
Do you relish in the fact that you guys get to see these guys again on Friday? Kind of this opportunity to get back?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're despite their record, I'm sure they'd rather be well off than what they are record-wise. But they're a good team. They've been together for a while. They're challenged with their size and their guard play. You know, they're a tough team. So, absolutely, get a chance to play them again. It's a test for us, and see how we respond.
When you have a team, a game that gets away from you like this, what are some of the adjustments that you can make, especially when you're playing the same team 2 nights later?
Yeah, I mean, again, outside of, I think a lot of plays that, for me, it's just more effort, winning those 50-50. We knew it was going to be a challenge rebounding with this group or against this team. So that challenge is going to still be there. So we got to answer that one. But really the 50-50 balls, the effort plays, that really was the game. I thought we did a good job in the half-court set. They got great players. They're going to make some tough shots. And they play together. They've been, like I said, they've been together for a while. So they're going to play together. They're going to find opportunities. But the plays that kill us is the effort plays.
This is the second straight kind of like mini series you guys have had. Obviously, just played Toronto twice, you played Cleveland twice. I guess what's kind of your thoughts on seeing a team twice in a row? Is kind of a playoff type of feel to it, or?
A little bit. It has that feel preparing for a team. You get extended period to do so. So, kind of.
It seemed like you've taken it upon yourself to really be aggressive as a scorer in those lineups without Joel and Tyrese early in the second quarter. I guess is that more of just you're taking it upon yourself to be the star of those lineups, or is it like you're just reading the floor?
Yeah, I think a bit of both. Those guys are out. I know it's my opportunity to kind of get more opportunities and be aggressive offensively to make plays and just give those guys a break while they're on the bench to kind of still keep us effective and efficient on the floor. So, I have found those moments to try to be a little bit more aggressive.
Dating back to last season, you've talked a lot about how important you think Kelly is to this group, and I think the night he got hurt was the last game before you made your season debut.
Mm-hmm.
So to now be playing with him, I guess just what have you made of those minutes and the defensive potential of the group when the two of you are out there with some of the other guys like Q and BJ? I guess what have you made of some of those minutes so far?
Yeah, it's a luxury that necessarily for him and I. Like, we don't have to guard. We took, time or split minutes guarding Donovan. We don't have to solely match up with him, or we can be switching partners. In this league, it's so valuable to be able to have switching partners where you can, essentially switch with. It makes your defense that much better, especially in this era with so much ball movement and so much guard play. So he's another guy that can hold his own. He can make plays. He's a savvy defender. He knows how to use his hands, get deflections, get out, block shots, play in the passing lanes. So it's fun. We're still getting the chemistry back, and he's still getting his legs under him. So, he's only going to get better.
the result was obviously the focus, but you had a nice offensive performance tonight. You've had a good stretch. Just how do you feel physically, mentally now as opposed to this time last year?
Yeah, I feel a lot better physically, but mentally, it's it's going to always be a hurdle when you think you're here physically, and that's up to me to kind of continue to knock those hurdles down. So that's always going to be a mental battle. Is how can I get as close to or near what I used to be physically. And so, again, that's what I'm chasing. That's what makes it, that much more of a challenge for me is can I get back to that? But it's from a physical standpoint, I feel so much better than I did last year.
Paul, how are you guys dealing with the injuries? Because it got to a point where everybody was healthy, and now tonight, Dom goes down. Is it one of the things you look at like, damn, we just can't get a break?
Yeah. It is, but I think the beauty in it all, we've done and dealt with it so much over a 2-year span that, I think for this group, nothing seems to surprise us in that way, that we have to be ready. The next guy has to be ready. And so all we can do is try to continue to mold to be a better team and hold it down till Dom comes back. Dom is a big piece for us. But it's another gut punch, man, that somebody else goes down as soon as we finally start to get healthy. And, there's some consistency with the starting group. I think that's another, that starting group, it'll be another starting group come Friday. So that has been the challenge.
I guess I can let slow start.
Obviously, I turned the ball over a few times. And then we just locked in from the start. But yeah, obviously I had like 5 turnovers in that first quarter, so that's a hit.
Nick said, I guess, that you guys didn't play with the right physicality or anything like that. I guess, would you kind of agree with that assessment?
Yeah, obviously we didn't get into them enough, so it's kind of, wouldn't say easy for them, but I felt kind of, free. They move kind of freely, so we're going to do a better job on Friday.
You kind of relish in the fact that you get to play these guys again on Friday, and how you kind of get to rematch and get the get back early.
Yeah, obviously you want to, obviously after a night like tonight, you want to redeem yourself and go into Friday and, try to do a better job. It's good that we see them right away again, so we can correct some of the stuff that we didn't do well tonight.
You just seem to be getting stronger and faster as these games go on, now playing 10 of 12. Where do you see you are, and how far do you have to get to be where you want to be, maybe?
Going better. Still feel like I'm not close to what I want to be yet, but, it's a progress, every single day. Feel pretty good, so just gotta, keep putting working and get them.
What does diving headfirst into the stands tell you about your confidence in terms of how you feel with your body and throwing your body around kind of like you used to?
That may be stupid, but at that time, I felt like we needed that. I just didn't dive just because I wanted to show off. Felt like I had a chance to save the ball, and I did. And in that moment, being down, in that moment, kind of, every possession mattered. But we should not put ourselves in that position in the first place.
That stretch of the game, Joe, and then a period in probably the second quarter were the 2 times where it felt like maybe you'd be able to draw a level. Or why not you think you were able to get over the hump despite playing a little bit?
We made a pretty good run, and obviously kind of softened up on the best player, and he hit a couple of threes in a row. That brought the lead back up to 9-7, I believe.
DJ the podium.
So in those moments, we just gotta, especially when you're making a run like that, that stay guy, and he was the one kind of making shots and kind of carrying the offense. So we just gotta be, that's what I talk about, being more locked in. Understand who we're guarding and who we want to shoot the ball and not shoot the ball.
You knocked down a couple. Sorry, you knocked down a couple threes in this one. I guess what have you made of the fluctuation of your 3-point shooting during the year? Where do you feel like it's at? Is it a rhythm thing for you when shots are going in?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't know. It's been a struggle. There's a bunch of things going on, but just got to walk through it. Yeah, it's been a struggle. Obviously, when we go from, I've had a couple of years of shooting 36% from 337, and to where I'm at. But rhythm is part of it. But yeah, some stuff that you got to work through it and keep shooting them. I'm open, but I feel like there will be a time where I get hot.
Nick, what led to the slow start tonight?
Well, obviously they had a lot more energy than we did for whatever reason. Just every facet of the game they took it to us. Faster up the floor, faster to the basket, faster to the offensive rebounds like crazy early in the game, and we only had a couple of small segments where we actually played a little better, a little bit through the second, then kind of gave it all back. I think we had the ball chance to cut that whole thing down to 5 with about 4 minutes to go, then go down in the halftime down 13. And then even the stretch when we were way down and cut it back to 15, there was still plenty of time left at that point, and then we just again lost all our energy and physicality.
What did they do to really bother Tyrese and Jerome?
Same. I thought they both. I think again they just played with physicality and with energy. They were just moving faster than those guys. They were certainly physical with them. They were into their bodies. They weren't getting off them too far and things like that. And we just couldn't get the separation we needed and make enough plays to get some easier shots on offense.
You went to Trendon earlier than you obviously have in a little while, and then back to him once you needed more minutes with Harlow out. I guess just what did you make of Trendon tonight?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of subs in there tonight. That's a night when you're just searching for anything and anybody to give you a spark. And then when it looked like it was out of reach, I was just trying to get all the guys, I thought, especially him, that need more court time for conditioning and all that stuff, him and Kelly and Jared and Justin, and just get them out there and get them running, just to get them some minutes.
In this type of situation, I mean, do you kind of maybe relish the opportunity to maybe get them again, to get them again on Friday?
Well, I think it's a great test for us, right? It's a great test for us to see if we can snap out of the energy funk that we were in tonight and dig in and guard something and execute something on offense, because we didn't can name your thing on offense or defense that we didn't scheme right or execute right on the schemes. And just seemed to have a hard time getting ourselves organized on offense.
Nick Barlow went down
Yes.
in the third quarter. He told us back contusion, what he was ruled out with. What have you gotten in terms of update on him?
Yeah, so he's back contusions. He did have X-rays. The X-rays were clear. I think next thing would lead to an MRI tomorrow, probably, just to make sure.
You guys are sitting tonight.
Yep.
Is there a way to start playing better on your home floor? Is there a reason why you guys haven't played?
We certainly haven't. I would say that we seem to have a little better connectivity on the road for whatever reason, and energy. There's been a number of, obviously, when you're on the road, you're coming back at home, and we seem to have not played very well in the first game back at all on some 3 and 4 or 5 game road trips, whatever they are. But we're going to definitely need to play better at home. I think it's a great trait of a team that can go on the road and win, but you got to take care of your home. Like we flipped the way the record should be almost. You'd be happy 10-10 on the road, right? And you'd be we'd be a lot happier. What's our road record?
I think it's 6, 12, and 7.
You'd be happy with that. flipped probably. I mean, so we certainly got to figure out a better routine or energy or something to get it home for sure.
Joel diving headfirst into the stands in the second half. Obviously, a footnote in what this game was, and the crowd appreciated the effort. But considering everything he's done to work his way back to get to this point, what did you think of that particular play when he's diving headfirst into the stands?
Well, I think that he was trying to make some plays there in a stretch when we were playing a little bit better, right? We got a few stops in a row, and the ball was getting batted around a lot tonight, and we couldn't seem to get to it. I mean, listen, I don't think I'd want anybody, probably especially Joel, flying head first into the crowd, because a lot of things could happen. But I feel like he's okay from it. But I do like the crowd appreciate that he was trying to show some leadership and make a play.